So I'll be cleaning this out before trying to repair any video cards in it.
I think it's, I haven't, look.
Hello everybody and welcome to another video. This one is a GTX 970. You guys remember this one, right? Well, I've taken it apart. I always liked these coolers. I don't know, something about it, something about these coolers that I always thought they looked super cool. Anyway, so I'm going to be, this is actually not my card, but it belongs to someone, a customer that I know, and I'm sure he'll probably watch this video and he wouldn't mind me doing this. But the reason why I'm doing it is just to, well, I'm bored and I wanted to maximize the cooling on this little card, maybe extend the life of it. It was about time to replace the thermal paste on this. This was horrid when I took it apart. It really badly needed to be repasted. So we're going to be using Conductonaut. I do have the extreme version, but we don't need to go that route for this little card. The regular Conductonaut will be just fine. So that's what we'll be doing. We're not going to be having to redo this 2 times. It's just a one-time deal. So that is good. And see how I previously talked to you guys about how I like to apply this stuff. I don't like using the little needles that are included with this thing, because if you do, like I said in my previous video where I review this product versus the extreme version, they tend to squirt out, and you don't want to get this stuff all over the graphics card, all over the board, because it'll potentially destroy your GPU. So you got to go easy on it. Here, let me just show you what I mean. So just a little dab right there in the center of this stuff, and that's plenty right there. We're also going to be adding some, but we're going to be adding some on the cooler as well. So the way I like to do it, I like to go in circles like this. And you don't have to use the black Q-tips that are included with the product. I mean, you can, of course, and maybe you should, because why not? They're there. But if you don't have any more, like you already utilized them, you use them, you can use a regular Q-tip. It makes no difference. Although the other Q-tips are better because they leave no lint behind. This stuff right here can leave some lint behind. As you can see, I got some there on the side. So now, when you do that, if you do get this stuff, you gotta quickly get it off the SMDs there, because this stuff right here will destroy your SMDs. So no need to panic. What you do is this. I'll show you. You get a Q-tip, fill it up with alcohol, just go over the surface, and that's it. Done. Just don't panic. It's all good. And this will pick up the liquid metal, and you won't have to worry about damage to the SMDs there. Okay, so all right, so we've done that there. What I would recommend also is that you put nail polish. You know what? Why don't we do that? Let's do that. I got this purple nail polish that I like to use. is colored so that I can see actually what I'm doing as I'm putting it on the SMDs. I don't like that clear stuff because I think I mentioned this before. It doesn't like, I don't like it. I don't like not knowing what is covered and what is not. So for that reason, I like to have colored stuff. I like to be able to see how thick it is, how, you know. So yeah, you want to put this stuff, you know, go a little thick there. You don't have to wait for the stuff to cure. You can just put it on, assemble the card, and get to gaming. The important thing is that you have something on here to protect the surrounding area in case you do a oopsie. You know what? I'm gonna do it just like that. Yeah. And it's not like I put too much liquid metal. It's not that. But when you do move the card around, like in and out of the PCI slot, or this stuff could run off the core there because it is liquidy, and drain over or drip over the SMDs, and you do not want that to happen. So that's what it should look like there. Not too much, not too little, just balanced. So okay, and now we gotta do the cooler. And the good thing is that on the cooler, it has the core has left an imprint there where we can see where the liquid metal has been. Oh no, not the liquid metal, but where the core, the shape of the core. What am I saying? So we just do this here, and I'm taking some of the stuff, some of the liquid metal that's on the core, and just borrowing it and just putting it here, you know, like extra stuff, because you're supposed to put this stuff on both sides, not just on the core. You're supposed to also put it on the cooler. And yeah, I think that looks good right there. Remember, this has to be nickel plated, so don't go doing this stuff on aluminum, because RIP if you do. Okay, and that looks like enough right there. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, let's put this thing back together and see how the temperatures are looking. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Yeah, I want to do this like this. I'll plug this in, and it's got a little LED header here. Gotta plug that in too. Okay, so here we go. Okay, we're right on the money there. And this video is not going to be long. We're just going to do a little bit of gaming, see how this little card is doing in 2024. Not that I'll be testing it with 2024 games. When I say how it's doing in 2024, I don't mean 2024 games. I mean, like, how is it doing today? You know, with CPUs, the current CPUs that we have, RAM that we have, motherboards, yeah, and Windows and whatnot. You know, Windows 11, all the stupid, very handy updates that they have. So there you go, guys. There you have it. It's put back together. Let's throw it in the system and see how it does. And okay, all right, guys. Here we are, Doom Eternal. Let's go ahead and make some changes to our video settings, because this thing is limited to 3.5 gigs, and obviously we don't have that. So yeah, we need to make some changes. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, that is good. apply changes to that, and then we need to go and bring this down to a level that is acceptable. So I guess high would be okay for this card. Okay, so Doom Eternal, 1080p, high settings, and let's see how that's doing. Let's reset this. Okay, so 1080p, high settings. Let's see how we do. Oh, sucker. Okay. Whoa. Buddy, I didn't see you come in.
The cleansing of Earth is a necessary step on the path to a brighter
And so far so good. The GTX, oh my gosh, I knew this guy was in there. The GTX 970 is holding pretty good at high settings. I gotta blow this thing here. Blow up this thing. Ooh, our chance. There we go, take that. And you too, take that. Sucker. Give me your money. There we go. Alright. So, yeah, okay, triple fire. Holy cow. Alright. Man, the GTX 970 is holding pretty good. And I have to reset everything. Okay, so now we're starting fresh. Alright. Doing pretty good. Nope. Still holding its ground. I mean, considering how old this card is. Jeez, okay. Doing pretty good. I mean, yeah, it is exceeding its frame buffer, but still, if you look at the frame time, we're not having any dips, or even our lows are pretty good. Oh, sorry. Why am I apologizing? What the heck am I doing? Dude, don't come at me from behind, man. There you go. There, take that. This game is very playable on the GTX 970. Granted, it's not a 2024 game. This has been out for a while, but I mean, consider everything, right? Yeah. Okay, I think you guys get the point. The GTX 970 can clearly play Doom Eternal at high settings at 1080p. Alright fellas, here we are at everyone's favorite Grand Theft Auto. 1080p, 4 times MSAA, and the graphics settings I have set it to high. As you can see there, advanced settings, as you can see there. I have not gone for very high because of the frame buffer limits. As you can see, we are doing okay so far, but this will get filled up here pretty soon. You just watch as we play the game. As time goes by, you're already starting to see that 4 GB frame buffer getting full. So yeah, high settings it is for this card, running 65 FPS average so far here in the city. Don't get me wrong, the game looks smooth and it does look pretty good. I mean, look at it. Tell me, what's wrong with that? How's this not looking good? Running pretty smooth, still looking good. But this game is more in line with the era of this graphics card too. So I remember when this game came out on PC, I remember playing it on the GTX 970, and it was amazing back then. And I think even today, it still is. You know, it still looks pretty cool. We're averaging 68 FPS, no hard dips, 69 FPS. Yeah, everything's smooth as butter, no issues whatsoever. So anyone looking to buy this graphics card and playing GTA 5 should have no issues with some eye candy here, as long as you're willing to, you know, tune your graphics settings to meet that 4 GB frame buffer limit, because this game will easily run beyond that. It loves system RAM and it loves VRAM. So yeah, so I guess we'll call it 70 FPS for Grand Theft Auto 5 at high settings. Alright fellas, so here we are at Red Dead Redemption 2. Let's look at the graphics settings real quick. So we are running at 1080p and balanced preset. So yeah, we want it here in the middle, and I have not tinkered with anything else. So that's it. This is all I've changed, and I had to change the resolution for whatever reason. And we're also leaving NVIDIA Reflex Low Latency enabled. All right, let's get back to the game. Reset. Running at 39 FPS here. Nevertheless, I mean, if you're comfortable with this type of FPS, you could run this game. I mean, it is playable. I don't see any like hard dips or anything like that. Temperatures are looking great. Actually, the card is hardly audible. Like the fan noise is next to silent, and that's because of the liquid metal. But still, no matter how much liquid metal you throw at this, it's not going to change its ultimate performance. I mean, it does have its limits. But can it play the game? Yeah, it can. I mean, it's doing it. And these are the parts where like you really get your GPU hammered when you're out in the snow and all the textures, the trees, you know, vegetation and all that stuff. But the GTX 970, it's surviving, let's just say that. But just pay attention to that frame time. This one, I'll leave it up to you guys to call it what you want, call it what you may, but obviously it's an older graphics card. Time has taken its toll on it. I mean, especially with these quote-unquote newer titles. And I mean newer titles like they're not from the same era, from the same time. You can see that the frame buffer is already being limited or exceeded. So yeah, I think you guys get it. I'm almost like I don't know really what to say at this point. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna leave it here. You guys get the point. There's no need to, keep beating a dead horse here. So yeah, this is Red Dead Redemption 2 on the GTX 970. Okay guys, we're gonna do a quick benchmark using Horizon Zero Dawn. 1080p, nothing else, no type of scaling or anything else enabled. Original settings. We are already topping that 4 GB frame buffer, so we don't want to push that. Okay, so let's go ahead and enable our metrics, reset, and okay, oh boy. Okay, well, so far it looks like the game is running console-like FPS, but it is running, no stutters. Okay, as soon as I said that, I got a big tip. Wow. Alright. But it could be just that, the game is loading textures and everything else into a frame buffer, so I'm going to let that one slide. Okay. So far so good. Yeah, not the greatest, not 144 hertz, but it is playing the game. The game does run. Now, when we get to this area here, we're going to start seeing, yeah, some dips and some stuttering. Because here things open up, as you can see here. So let's just continue a little bit further here. And yeah, it's already over that 3.5 gigabyte VRAM limit. But nevertheless, the game, it feels playable. It doesn't look too bad, actually. But you will, you know, periodically here and there get those spikes, you know, those dips. But yeah, so far so good. The game does run fairly good, I'll say, for this old graphics card. I mean, wow, okay. 42 FPS. Original settings, 1080p. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, just a quick benchmark, just to see how the 970 is doing. But I think we'll run God of War as our last game in this video, just to see how it does in that game. Okay, we leave Horizon Zero down here. Alright, so we'll benchmark our last game for this video. Original settings, graphics. Let's see, display. 1080p. No extra or, you know, scaling or anything like that. Alright fellas, let's pull up our metrics, reset, and here we go. And as you can see, we are exceeding that 4 gigabyte frame buffer. However, so far the game feels relatively smooth. Granted, our FPS is not the greatest, but the game does feel playable. And in this area here, it's where you get the most dips, like, you know, not the most dips, but this area here is where your graphics card gets hit the hardest because of all the, you know, the open world. And so this is a good place here to benchmark. And you're over the water, so all that stuff. So we're gonna go here to where we're looking at, see how we do there. And even at 46 FPS, yeah, not the not the highest, but oh, look what we have here. Oh, witch. Get some. Have a nice day.
I'm ready.
All right, boy. Oh. Jeez. Get out of here. Take that, sucker. Alrighty. Alright guys, despite the fact that, yeah, we are running at 43 FPS, the game is still playable. You can still play the game. It is exceeding that 4 gigabyte frame buffer. Unfortunately, I don't have all day to play the game for you, and I highly doubt that you want to stick around to see me play this game all day to see where the you know, how far we can go until things start to get worse, like as far as dips and things like that. But just so far, yeah, everything looks smooth. It is playable. So I think I'm gonna leave it here, guys. I think you get the point. The GTX 970, it does have its limits. I mean, it is an older graphics card. It is probably the oldest graphics card I have in my inventory, even though it is not mine. But I borrowed it. But it is the lowest lowest tier graphics card that I have currently. It's still, you can still play video games on it. No errors trying to load games or anything like that, you know. So yeah, playable as long as you're okay sacrificing some eye candy for the sake of just, you know, having a good time playing your video game. So yeah, I think I'll leave it here. Yeah, if you guys like the video, please hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already for more content coming up. Thank you so much for you guys that have subscribed. Thank you for your support. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.